Yeah, so let's begin. I am Mark, and this is By Divine Design. Welcome to this week's free Zoom transmission that happens every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. If you're catching this later on YouTube, check the video description for more information on how you can join as well. So today's transmission there's a couple concepts that I regularly refer to, or some terms that I use, such as infinite divine being and infinite divine self. And they each actually include the other, so sometimes I use them pretty interchangeably, but there is a difference between them as well. So our infinite divine being just is. It's what we are, and it's what all that is. Like, there's infinite divine being that could be called God or Source, and then we are of that. We are infinite divine being as well. And then we have a soul. And the soul is on this journey. So the soul is like spot existent. It's subtle, it's infinitesimal, and from its perspective, it's caught in material reality or Maya, and it's caught in linear time. It's on a progression that goes from the past to the present to the future. And across infinite lifetimes, it's attempting to gain experience and eventually to gain full and total freedom. And that full and total freedom, when you reach God realization as a soul, that's your infinite divine self. You are now an individualized, divinized self who is also in oneness. So it's a paradox. You're both separate and you're one with. But you're completely divine and you're free of Maya. You're free of suffering. You're free of being caught in time, and therefore you can enter into time anytime. So when I'm addressing each of you, like, what comes through is being addressed to you as an infinite divine self. Because as soon as you become God realized, you are outside of time. You transcend time. So your infinite divine self, from the point of view of the soul, is in the future, but from the point of view of infinite divine self, it just is now. And I'm talking as infinite divine self to you as infinite divine self to help you, whatever you experience yourself as, to awaken to infinite divine self, which is also infinite divine being, but it's infinite divine being that's become actualized. So, like, you could think of it as like a video game. So when you have very, very little experience as a soul, your infinite divine being sends you into a lifetime, but it's not that interested. It's like it knows it's at the boring levels of the game, and it just kind of is aware that you as soul are playing the level you're at, but it's not that interested. And then you die, you come back, you try and do better at that level, you die, you come back, you maybe gain the next level, Well, once you gain a certain number of levels, then infinite divine being starts to get a little more interested and starts putting a little more attention on what's going on with you as its avatar in the game and what's actually happening. So it starts giving a little more attention to what's going on in the soul's journey. And another way of saying that is it starts to bring more of its energy into the soul, into that life, directly into the game. And once you've evolved through many more lifetimes, you've gained a lot more experience. You've risen through several more layers and levels of the game. At a certain point, the infinite divine being really wants to be fully embodied and starts doing whatever it can to descend more and more into each and every one of your human lifetimes. And that's what a lot of this work is just clearing the blocks in your system that prevent your infinite divine being from fully embodying here now in this lifetime and essentially taking over from your ego or your small self. And because it knows what's best for you. And at a certain point, then when you're surrendered completely, you become God realized, you become your infinite divine self, an individualized, divinized personality. And that personality was developed through all the years and years and lifetimes of playing the game. It doesn't go to waste. From what this transmission is teaching, every one of us has that opportunity to become God realized and to then maintain that divine personality that we're gifted with at that time. So, every one of my journeys, every one of these sessions, these transmissions has been about helping more and more of who and what you truly are to descend into this lifetime, to be embodied, to move closer and closer to that day that you are God realized as infinite divine self. So it moves from infinite divine being, which is like at first non like individualized at all, very general. And eventually you develop personality, you develop individuality, and then eventually all of that gets surrendered so it can be made divine. And then we're in God mode. We can do anything we want. And usually what we often do is we go and help others to get there as well. Okay, so all of that is the lead up to what we're going to do today. So your infinite divine self, or I will also sometimes refer to it as your future self or your future God realized self, is ultimately your guru. It's your best teacher. It knows what you did to get to where it is, and it can communicate that to you. It can heal you of the blocks far faster than anyone or anything else can. So the more you can access your own future divine self, the quicker you will reach the point where you simply are that. So we're going to open the access point. The access point for that is in the heart. And we're going to just allow So some of you have the access point already activated. It's already there, open. So for you, it's going to get expanded and it's going to get like solidified to where it's like more permanent. And but for some of you, it's going to be like an opening for the first time to connect with this infinite divine self. So let me just check to make sure that's all they wanted to do as a intro. Yeah, that feels good. Okay, so we're going to go for about 45 to 50 minutes, and all you need to do is relax, welcome and notice whatever arises within you, and enjoy. Okay. So we open to this transmission of divine love consciousness, which is always for your highest good and the highest good of all. So the transmission leads everything I do, everything I say is just my attempts to put words on what's already happening so that you can be more aware of and track what is happening. So right now, the transmission is just coming in softly, gently, all around you, clearing away some of the surface noise, random thoughts that aren't serving you. Yeah, leftover emotions that didn't pass all the way through you. Yeah, would you be willing to just let go? Yeah, so there's these two energies coming in. The one is an energy of letting go, showing you and your system how to let go of everything. And then the second energy is to trust that it really is okay to do that. That you don't need to hold on to anything because anything and everything you need is constantly flowing to you freshly in the moment. So this is coming in as pure energy, information, light codes. This ability to let go completely and trust that what you need is always flowing to you. Yeah, and then just notice your physical body. There's already like a softening and a relaxation, slowing down. as we pull you into rest and renewal. And then that's having a nice effect on your mind. As the body relaxes, the mind is being pulled into a quieter, more relaxed mode itself. And that's now allowing us to have access to the heart chakra, calming the emotions, calming the heart. Would you be willing to let go of any shocks to the heart that you've experienced, especially recently? Anything that felt shocking or jarring to your heart? Would you be willing to just allow that to come up and out, to complete itself, to be released fully and forever? Okay, you might begin to feel the shift in energy all around us. The angels, guided by Archangel Metatron, are assembling all around us to assist. Raising your vibration right now. Yeah, the vibration of your overall energy system is gently being lifted, with all these angels assisting. Yeah, and at this higher vibration now, it's like you're being bathed in bliss, bliss of being. You might just notice whatever that is for you. And then it's allowing a reorientation of your heart. There's like multiple layers to your heart, or you could think of them as shells, multiple shells to your heart. And these can always be in better alignment with one another. So we're working on aligning the various shells of your heart. And then overall, that is creating like a reorientation of your heart. So there's a lot happening here, but the like the most general way to put it is it's like generally as a human, your heart is oriented towards human things and towards human love and human fulfillment. And the reorientation that's happening right now is reorienting towards divine love, divine fulfillment. Yeah, that's a big shift there. That's good. Good. So this is not a denial of human love, human fulfillment. This, um, yeah, this overlays with even higher love, even higher fulfillment that actually enables you, yeah, to like maximize human love, human fulfillment. Human love, human fulfillment can only be maximized through divine love, divine fulfillment. So would you be willing to give yourself the space to play with this, to test this out for yourself? What this orientation is allowing for you and more specifically, the opening, this reorientation is what will allow you to have a direct connection to your future God realized self, who is actually also your now infinite divine self. Okay, and that aspect of you, that true form of who and what you truly are, is now taking over, is now leading, offering you exactly what you need in this process, what it knows you most need to continue this reorientation and this opening of this access point, this connection, um, which needs to become conscious. It wants to be made conscious. It has to have consciousness. So, okay, that's bringing up some interesting. Would you be willing to let go of all the ways you have veiled remembering who and what you truly are? Would you be willing to bring to the surface what you already truly know about yourself, but had chosen to forget for the time being? the time being, specifically this lifetime and past lives where you also veiled this connection, this awareness. Okay, again, your own infinite divine self is shifting the energies, clearing what needs to be cleared in you, healing what needs to be healed, releasing those veils. And then giving you little tastes of where this is going. Like direct, tangible experiences so that it's not just theoretical to you. Yeah, it wants your permission. It wants your choice to be engaged, your intention. And ultimately, it wants your surrender. But again, that is often a process. It can happen instantaneously, but for most of us, it happens as a process. It's a step by step. I open more to it. I explore that. I decide that's good. I open a little bit more to it. I explore that. I decide it's good. Yeah, so we're just going to give that some time here in silence. Yeah, as your own infinite divine self works with you very intimately, very personally. So each one of you is opening to that. In fact, this access point opens several sizes larger, and that's allowing more of your infinite divine being as well as your infinite divine self to descend into your present energy system, your present lifetime, your present body. Yeah, and again, I'm just going to step back. Your own infinite divine self is totally doing everything that's required to keep this advancing, opening. And it's good for you to know your infinite divine self is wanting a conscious conversation with you. It wants you to know that you can ask it anything, share anything. And it also wants you to know that it can communicate back to you and wants to play with doing that more and more. And it might be through words, sentences, it could be through images, it could be through felt senses. Yeah, but just notice what allow yourself to share with your own infinite divine self, whatever's there to share. And then just having the intention to hear your infinite divine self, to experience what he or she is communicating to you. Just that intention gives them permission to start fine-tuning your system in a way that it becomes real and tangible and easy for you. So just play with it for a few moments here. Okay, Archangel Metatron and his angels are shifting the energy field again. Like overall, again, they're lifting your vibration, the vibration of your energy system, and the flow through your system. And then this is also helping your energy system to expand so you can easily hold more light and more of your infinite divine self. So they're working in tandem with your infinite divine self. Okay, and then that just set the context again for this next shift. So again, it's creating an even better alignment with those levels or shells around your heart. They're energetic shells. Yeah, they're different levels of pure potential that hold different vibrations, each level. And they now want to be more aligned with one another at the very best angle. It's a recalibration of these different levels of your heart chakra. Which allows even more direct orientation to your infinite divine self. It's like when you go to plug a plug in a wall outlet, sometimes it's like a little off, and therefore it's not really connecting to the mains, and you have to go over and make sure to get it all the way in, straight in, so it makes that connection. We're doing something like that in your heart so that your infinite divine self is fully plugged in and can stay fully plugged in. This is meant to be a permanent connection, a permanent awakening, a permanent connection that can just continually heal you, feed you information, guide you, help you to experience more and more and more contentment, fulfillment, peace, bliss, love. All of which is being shown to you and your energy system right now. Okay, and that has set up the next shift. Again, it's Archangel Metatron and his angels working along with your infinite divine self, harmonizing, strengthening the access point in your heart to your own infinite divine self, so that you can get a direct experience of like who are your people, or who are your main associations with at this divine level? Like, is it with angelic beings or galactic beings, or the ancient ancestors of the earth that have overseen the earth game since its inception? Or is it other souls and or is it a combination? So you're being connected now with who are your close associates? Who's your family, your divine family? Who are you most closely working with and associated with as an infinite divine being, as your infinite divine self? Just receive that as pure energy, pure information. This can also include various divine abodes that you're most closely associated with, divine forms of God that you're most associated with. I mean, there's infinite variations of divine being. Just feel into, receive this direct transmission of who you most truly align with and associate with as an infinite divine self. And would you be willing to allow yourself to have an even deeper, clearer experience of that? And would you be willing to let go of everything within your system that does not match this higher vibration of who and what you truly are, who you are truly associated with, and what you are here for in this lifetime? Yeah, would you just be willing to allow all of that to dissolve, fall out of your system, along with various issues that you've been tripping over for days, weeks, years, just to be healed right now, to be eliminated because they no longer have a purpose? And you don't even need to know what any of these are. Would you just be willing to let it go, knowing they are no longer your highest good? Yeah. So your infinite divine self is continuing to clear up your system where it can, do so comfortably, readily. So we're going to hold this space in silence for several minutes as it works on you and your system with this highest of divine love. Okay. So the one quality of infinite divine self, infinite divine being, is that infiniteness. And that can be challenging to parts of the human being. We're just helping to coordinate to okay, let's do this as a polarity. Would you be willing to allow yourself to experience your infiniteness as much as you are. And would you be willing to experience your limitedness as much as you are? And you just welcome whatever comes up. You just welcome it. Let it be. Would you be willing to allow your infiniteness as much as you are? And would you be willing to allow your limitedness as much as you are? And welcome that sense of infinity. And welcome that sense of limitation. And welcome that sense of infinity again. That sense of limitation. And as you welcome any set of polarities, they eventually dissolve into each other. Would you be willing to allow the higher truth that's arising within you I am this. I am this. See, there's an integration there. There the limitation or the separation is there, but it's there in an integrated way with the infinite, with the oneness, with the unity. I am this. Just feel into that, what that is for you. This is your infinite divine self actualizing themselves within you as you presently are. I am this. I am this. Yeah, would you be willing to just allow that to deepen, to strengthen, to radiate through every bit of your energy system? I am this. Okay, this activation is complete. It is good for you to know that you can easily and effortlessly reconfigure your consciousness to be the best it can be for you here now for the rest of your day and onward. It's good for you to know that you can ground your energy wherever you find grounding. And you can allow yourself to be aware, fully aware of your body, your location, your present life here, now. This session is complete. Enjoy coming to know your infinite divine self. Infinite blessings.